we've got 4 Oscitrons. The Oscitron was launched in January. It's a oscillator based on the Megatron synth, which has been available for a couple of years with a few added extras. And what's new for Superbooth is this new drum machine software. So if there's currently 2 banks of sounds, and we got 1 bank on there and 1 on that. Each bank has 8 drum samples. The samples are crunchy 8-bit 11 kilohertz. I'll start by just loading, turning this one up a little bit. It gives you a feel for it. And then I think this one is just doing the... I can show some of the features that every drum sound has. I can alter the pitch. I can alter the length. And this is for every drum sound. There's a delay effect. That's actually a re-triggering delay. And a volume. Going back to this one, the other thing we've got is sample rate. So I can change the entire sample rate of the engine. And then when it's fully anti-clocked, it's bypassed. The other thing we have is CV in for that. So you can actually put a 1 volt per octave in and play tunes with the entire drum beat. As I said, there's 8 drum sounds per bank. And there's a 16-step sequencer inbuilt, and you just choose your step and turn on the relevant sound step on or off, like that. Now this will be available together with the Oscitron overlay. This is just an overlay, and they'll be provided as accessories pack. So an Oscitron overlay, an Oscitron overlay, Oscidrum overlay. And a programmer cable, and then what Oscitron users will be able to do is take the programmer cable, connect it, open an app for Mac and PC. It's a single button app. You select your software version and upload it. It takes 30 seconds, and then your Oscitron will be turned into the drum machine or the Oscitron. The Oscitron is the duophonic analog modeling in 8-bit. Not doing too much at the moment, but I think I launched this a little while ago, but this will be they'll be available as an official accessories pack with the programmer cable. And then of course this is the Oscitron in its normal state. Well, this is currently hooked up to the new module, which is an arpeggiator. Now I'm currently using MIDI. There's a MIDI on mini jack here. I'm just holding down chords, standard arpeggiator. Now if I take the envelope off so we can hear what's really going on, that's just the direct feed of the Oscitron there. Now we got, what we have is 16 inbuilt patterns, and those patterns are from the original Megatron's arpeggiator. And they're things like up, down, and then more complex and ornate patterns. Then we've also got a divider, which takes the MIDI clock and divides it to any kind of musical division. So, all the way up to where you're doing the classic Commodore 64 chord rotation to sort of allow you to generate almost sort of pseudo polyphony. Now, of course, not everyone wants to be using MIDI, so you can actually overplug the MIDI signal with clock and CV, and that will do both, obviously the clock as a gate signal, or you can generate the chords with volt per octave CV, which I have a couple here. I'll just, so by overplugging this, the notes will now come from the volt per octaves. turn this down. Now what's happening here is one of the volt per octave inputs is controlling the root note of the chord, and the other one is controlling the type of chord. There's 12 chords available, so each one assigned to a semitone, and then in the first octave, that's a 1 octave arpeggio, in the second octave it's a 2 octave arpeggio, and so on. So you've got all the usual chords: major, minor, fifths, diminished, major, diminished, major, 7, minor 7, all the usual chords. So that provides an interesting way to generate patterns via 2 CV inputs. You've also got a few other bonus things like ping pong mode. So on this particular pattern it's hard to hear it do it, but it's going one way through the pattern and then back again. And the other thing we can do is with the upper 6th bank of 16 we can record our own patterns. So if I go to this preset here, go to ARP record. Now that's now using the pattern that I've just recorded in via MIDI. And that can be anything you want it to be, and then you can store 16 of those. So this will be coming out at some point over the summer, August, September time, around 99 euros. That's yet to be totally confirmed. And yeah, as you see, it's a 2 HP format with a volt per octave output. The firmware will be at some point this month, in May, some point in May. And that will go up on the website. It's all open source. So people who already own programmers or are happy to print their own overlays can just essentially get completely for free alternative software for their Oscitron. But if you want to have the overlays, the professional overlays, and you need the programmer cable, then you can get the accessories pack. That'll be via my website, and I think there's a few retailers that are looking to stock it as well. The cost is about I think it's 19 euros for the accessories pack.